Whiners and snipers and tanks. Oh my. Everyone has people in their life they can't stand. But of course, not our fellow employees or customers. Dr. Rick Brinkman literally co-wrote the book on it. Dealing with people you can't stand. How to Bring Out the Best in People at Their Worst is an international bestseller with translations in 25 languages. In his trademark entertaining, humorous style, he will show us how to use conscious communication to successfully transform behaviors like whining, negativity, attacks, tantrums, know-it-alls, think they know-it-alls, sniping, and more. Dr. Brinkman says, communication is like a phone number. You need all the digits to get through, and you need them in the right order. There is a strategy for each of the difficult behaviors that can transform them. It is just a matter of being a conscious communicator and taking responsibility for the power you have to influence others. He is the co-author of 6 McGraw-Hill books, including his latest, Dealing with Meetings You Can't Stand, Meet Less and Do More. He is frequently used by media as a communication expert and has been featured on CNN, the NY Times, Oprah Magazine, and the Wall Street Journal. His clients have included the NASA Astronauts Corps, Lucasfilm, the Department of Defense, Sony Pictures, the Federal Reserve, Adobe, Wells Fargo, Lockheed Martin, Boeing, and many others. Conscious communication at meetings. Applying conscious communication to a business meeting will have a number of results. First, it creates an environment where everyone can be heard, where there isn't competition to speak, and therefore it gets the participation of the people you rarely hear from. Second, it facilitates the group in thinking bigger than their own point of view and creates ideas quickly that integrate everyone's considerations. As a presenter at a meeting, using conscious communication will help you grab your audience's attention, be more persuasive, and successfully answer any considerations they might have. Conscious communication and our emotional reactions. We all have buttons that some people just know how to push. In Dr. Brinkman's Conscious Communication seminar, you will learn how to reprogram those buttons so you can respond effectively to people. In Dr. Brinkman's words, you are not set in your ways. All of your reactions are subject to change at your notice, but you have to know the strategy to give them notice. Whether you need the courage to speak up or the ability to hold back, or simply be calm and confident in front of a group, this conscious communication training will show you how. Dr. Rick Brinkman is the co-author of 6 McGraw-Hill books, including Life by Design, Bringing Out the Best in Yourself. In his private practice, he focused on mind and body medicine, and how to change your reactions and heal yourself with the power of your mind. Conscious communication and email. Has anyone ever had a misunderstanding on email? How is that possible? What is different about the email environment compared to being on the phone or face-to-face? As a conscious communicator, you will become aware of the limitations and strengths of each communication medium. Knowing this will prevent you from falling into communication traps that are avoidable. Dr. Brinkman's Conscious Communication seminar will have a section on the different communication mediums and how to utilize the right one to produce the results we want. As a project manager, you have likely had to deal with difficult stakeholders, bosses, peers, or busybodies who get all up in your business as if they are the project manager. Learn how to deal with these situations.
How do you deal with difficult people? Our next guest has some suggestions. He's the co-author of this book, Dealing with People You Can't Stand. How to Bring Out the Best in People at Their Worst. Dr. Rick Brinkman is he's a doctor. What kind of a doctor is that?
I'm a holistic physician.
It says naturopathic, or naturopathic, I guess. What does that mean?
It's a holistic degree in Oregon as well as other states, and basically my practice, I noticed when people dealt with their relationship issues, a lot of their physical symptoms went away. So I function more as a naturopathic psychologist.
Very interesting. Let's talk about some of the personality types. You listed 10 in the book. We're going to go over, try to get it to as many as 5.
Only 5?
Oh, well, and in fact, we'll get to the whiner later.
Okay.
First, the tank. Who's the tank?
The tank is the person who gets in your face. I can't believe what I'm seeing. You must be a genetic mistake. You have been working on this project 3 weeks. You're already 4 weeks behind. Now, here's what we're going to do. Parliament dissolved. I'm in control. Any questions? Good.
Now, I'll tell you how I've dealt with how do you deal with them? What do you do with that person?
Well, basically, you do have to up your assertiveness level. You have to get into the ballpark with them. It doesn't mean you become a tank as them, but you do have to get assertive.
What if that person's the boss, though?
Oh, no problem. You acknowledge what they say. I hear you think I'm a genetic mistake and I'm way behind. And then you bottom line it with them. But the bottom line is, if we're going to get further ahead, it's not helping having you stand around yelling. Now, let us get the work done that needs to be done. And I'll tell you, very often, especially the boss, thinks, I didn't know you had it in you.
in other words, they like when you give them back what they're giving you.
It's called blending. You get into the ballpark. Now, you're not being abusive or aggressive like them, but you are being assertive. And assertive people like assertive people.
In order to understand our next behavior, everybody needs to crinkle up their forehead like this. Because you're going to have to understand this one from the inside out to be successful with it. Okay, crinkle up your forehead. Put the weight of the world on your shoulders. Slump forward with the weight of it all. Come on, this is not television. This is interactive media here. And repeat after me. He's making me do this. Come on 3, everybody. 1, 2, 3. He's making me do this. You're not all doing it. Come on. Come on, everybody's got to do it. All right, try this one. The person who should be at this program isn't. 1, 2, 3. The person who should be at this program isn't. All right, good. Now fold up your arms, cock your head back, be really sure of yourself, and as you shake your head, say, forget it. It's hopeless. Nothing ever changes. That didn't take any prodding. All right, do it one more time and feel the difference inside yourself between these two states of being. Crinkle and slump. Repeat after me. I'm doing the work of 3 people. 1, 2, 3. I'm doing the work of 3 people. All right, now fold them up again. Cock your head back. Make sure you get a little head action in there. And say, I'm not being negative, I'm being realistic. Let's do it together. 1, 2, 3. I'm not being negative, I'm being realistic. You feel a difference here? This is whining. This is negativity. This is helpless, but maybe if I annoy you, you'll do something. This is hopeless. Same genus, different species. And in a way, negativity is fossilized whining. Goes on. What's the use? Why bother? A lot of what applies to one applies to the other. We'll look at whining specifically first, though everything I'm going to tell you about whining right now will also apply to negativity. And then we'll look at the special case of being negative. Your goal if people are whining is to get them to problem solve. And then this is really, in a way, true with negativity. See, the root of whining is a feeling of being helpless. The root of negativity is a feeling of being hopeless. If you just take care of it, you don't address that. But if you can set up a situation where they have to problem solve, that addresses helpless and hopeless, and you can get whining or negativity to go away. If you can't get that result, your secondary goal is get them to go away.
Because know-it-alls have radar for other people's ideas. Incoming. So you got to go stealth and kind of slip under their radar.
You know, I don't mind the know-it-all as long as he knows it all. It's the one who thinks he knows it all that really gets under my skin.
That's the ticket. Hey, think they know it all. Believe what they say. Words come out their mouth, come back in both their ears, and they figure, hey, this must be true. I heard it twice. Yeah. So what you can do with a think they know it all, stop them in their tracks, is give them some recognition. You know, let's say here's the think they know it all going, hey, I'm a computer expert. You know, we got to get a system that's IBM computable. Yeah, that's the ticket. And one with the big 5-inch discs, because we got big information. And so what you do is you start asking questions innocently. Oh, how many K do you get on a big disc versus a dinky disc? Yeah, I don't recall, but on a big disc it's special K.
Let's give a warm welcome to Dr. Rick Brinkman.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Dr. Rick Brinkman. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Now, this is called using your mind on purpose. And you can change your reactions to anybody and anything. And one of the simplest ways to do that is something called modeling. You ask yourself, who would have the quality that I really want in that situation or with that particular person? If I can leave one last thought, let it be this: life is not a test, it's an actual emergency. Thank you and good luck.